Hey everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to draw an azalea. This is an accompaniment to my latest Instagram post where I show you the basic steps. But in today's video, I'll show you how to get a really beautiful detailed flower down on paper. Enjoy! I already have the flower down in pencil. I only did this so I wouldn't mess up for the video. So I'm going to use my Tombow Mono drawing pen in 5, which is the thickest pen, to outline the petals. So first I draw a dot in the center, and I'm drawing 5 kind of guides for my petals with dotted lines coming from the center. And I kind of curve them to give the natural curve of the flower. Now I'm going to go through and draw the actual petals. The petals themselves are elongated and they're not very smooth. So at the very end right here, there's a bump that I make at the end, and I'm not making a perfect oval shape. You can kind of see there are bumps and inconsistencies along the way. The flowers on the sides also have the bump at the end, but what I also try to do is kind of make them bend. It kind of just gives the flower a little bit of movement and dimension. So I'm doing this flower on the left too. As you can see, there will be a little bump right at the end, right there. And then I'm coming back in. I didn't do a very good job of making that one bend like I did on the right, but you get the idea. So again, just follow your guides and draw your 5 petals. Go ahead and fill in any places where you think that you might have not connected the petals very well. And then go ahead and grab your Tombow 03 or just maybe even a smaller pen. You can, if you just have one size pen, you can also do this by using a lighter touch. And I'm going to go ahead and draw little lines from the center of the flower and cap them with little dots. You can fill in the dots or you can leave them open, it doesn't matter. Just go ahead and make as many as you want. Now what I'm going to do is use the same pen, the 03, to outline some leaves. I have my leaves placed based on a stock photo that I found on a Google search. I just Google searched for azalea photos and came up with this particular flower. So it's modeled after that. If you have trouble figuring out where to put leaves or what shape to make your leaves, it's always a great idea to just use your search engine and find a photo from nature. So I'm just outlining all of my leaves in kind of random places. Then I'm going to draw the stem. I have the stem kind of downwards and off to an angle, so it just seems like there's a little bit more movement in the flower. When I draw leaves onto stems, I don't draw the full stem. I draw down to where the leaf starts, then I draw the leaf, and then I continue on with the stem. Okay, now that I have all of the leaves drawn, I'm going to go in with my finest pen. This is the Tombow Mono 01 pen, and add a ton of detail. So I never really show this on my tutorials, but I always add depth and dimension with these 01 pens, like these really fine pens, by using really short, light strokes. So these strokes are not deliberate at all. I actually slowed down the video so you can kind of see placement, but I go really fast. I don't really think about where they're going. I just kind of put them down. I try to follow the curve of the petal, and I also, the prominent lines that I want to feature, especially like that one down the center near the bump, I go over a couple times just to add some emphasis and depth. I'm also adding a ton of lines starting from the center of the flower and moving outwards. That just gives it a little bit of a darker look towards the center, so it looks like the flower's coming out at you. Again, I don't do these lines super deliberately. I'm not thinking too hard about where to put them. In fact, most of them that I put down, I kind of wish I hadn't, but in the end, it still looks really good. So don't be afraid to just go for it. And again, I'm trying to put like a center line where that bump is, just to kind of highlight it on each of the petals. And as you can see right there, I'm kind of going over it to make it more prominent. Okay, so once you're done with the petals, then you can move on to the leaves. In general, my strategy for leaves is to keep them really simple because I like my focus to be on the flower. But I've seen some really, really beautiful drawings of people that do really intricate things with their leaves. So all I'm doing is putting, a center line down the flower and then adding some of those really short, light strokes to just give the leaves some depth. So I'll do that for the stem as well, and then the rest of the petals. And again, like I said, don't be scared to just do some really, really fast strokes. I don't plan where the strokes go, I just kind of get it down on paper. I also like taking or drawing these little strokes on the leaves from the tips of the leaves and from the base of the leaves. Again, it just adds a little bit more depth. And if you don't have a really fine pen like the one I'm using, just use a lighter touch with whatever pen that you have. Okay, so those are the steps to drawing the azalea. I hope that the video is really useful for you. Comment below if you have any feedback or suggestions for next time. Thanks everybody. Bye.